everybody, and here we are at the end of our week, which means it's messages from Spirit. It's really simple. All you need to do is pick a card, number one, two, or three, whatever one you seem to be drawn to, and I will then reveal the meaning of that card. And at the end of that, after I've explained each card, I will do a very short reading with the three cards combined as a message for all of us. So, no, you don't get to see the actual back of the card. You have to choose the front. So, what I'm going to be doing in a moment, not right now, but I'm going to shuffle the cards. And when I feel guided to stop, I will choose that card, hold it up like this. Well, maybe turn it up the right way. Turn it up like this and say that's card number one. And then I'll do the same for the next. Very simple. All you have to do is be open to receive. But before we start, I always like to put myself in the right frame of mind and let the universe know that I'm now open to receive messages they may have. And I invite you to do the same. Any of you that have come to me for a reading know that I like you to do that at the beginning. And because it's all about you, it's not about me, I'm just the vessel. And on that note, a reminder that I do have some openings this month if anyone would like a spiritual coaching or reading session, which is the coaching almost comes into play with it. You can go online and book there, or you can contact me directly and we can set something up. Anyway, without any further ado, I will invite you first to just gently close your eyes and take a deep breath in and exhale. Feel your body relax. Breathe in deeply again. And exhale. Now just take a moment. Is there something that you're working through? Something perhaps you need some guidance with? You may have a question for Spirit. However, in readings like this, I find the best is just to say to yourself, I am open to receive messages for my higher good. I am open to receive messages for my higher good. And then take one more breath. And as you exhale, open your eyes. All right, are we ready? Now just remember too, sometimes when you get a message, or even when you have a reading, the message kind of connects, but maybe not 100%. It could be that it's a message you need to hold with you, and later in the day or the week, it'll ring true for you and help you out. Anyway, let's see what we have today. So I'm going to shuffle the cards and stop when I feel I need to. I don't know what these cards are either, so this is all new for me. The deck I'm using is the Goddess Speaks. These are the ones that I use in my readings. They're extra special to me. I created the cards. My daughter designed and painted the artwork used on here. So, okay, here's card number one. Card number one. I'll show them at the end here again as well. So if you're waiting for all the cards to come up, that's good. Card number two. And card number three. So just once more, card number one, card number two, card number 3. There. Are you ready? So for those of you who chose card number 1, it's represented by the maiden. And think of when you were a child, we didn't know a lot of things about this earth. We brought a lot of knowledge with us from spirit, but we were trying to adapt to the world. And we were willing to learn new things, and we learned new things very quickly. Thank goodness. Now, this is talking about beginnings. So, this for you is if you've been thinking about starting something new, wondering if the time is right, it is. This following week, especially, is the time for you to start those projects, to get going on them. There's things I feel that some of you have been putting off. Now is the time to make that move. Everything's kind of in place waiting for you. It doesn't mean it won't work out if you wait, but now is the time to start those beginnings. Start fresh. I feel some of you, it's like starting over almost. So now is the time for these beginnings. And since it's represented by the maiden, it's reminding you to certainly use the wisdom you've collected so far in your life, but don't let it block you from stepping into, see how she's stepping into something without any fear, and taking those chances and doing those things that you've been waiting to do. That's card number 1. Card number 2, forgiveness. And it's the crone that's represented here. Now, the thing with the crone, she's very wise. She's been a maiden. She's been the mother. She's grown. This can be, and you can be a crone spiritually and still be quite young. The crone, we think of someone who's like me, who's an older person. However, there are a lot of young people that are very wise. And this card definitely can apply to almost all of us. But right now, forgiveness is important for you to find your joy and happiness. You're holding on to things that have already happened, that have gone, that are over with. You are here now in this moment, that it's up to you how you feel. Stop blaming other people for your feeling hurt and angry. There may have been things, I'm not saying there weren't things that happened that stirred that emotion within you, but how you feel is 100% up to you. You're choosing to be in a dark place. Let it go. Forgiveness is not saying that what someone did or even what you did was right and you're okay with it. What you're saying is that you're going to learn from it and you're letting it go so that you can allow your own life now to move forward into a place of pleasure and love and new things. You're not allowing things from the past to tie you to the past. All it does is rob you of joy today if you do that. Okay, so forgiveness is very important. It's for your own personal growth. And sometimes the hardest person to forgive is ourselves. So forgiveness is very key for you over this next week. All right? You got some heavy stuff there. Card number 3, speak your truth. Now you see it's a crone again here. So she's gone through life. She's gone through probably as a child listening to other people and their ideas. And so you grow up. We grow up basically as a result. Our thoughts are a result of what our families influence, our community, our culture influences. And then you come to a point in your life, and you should, where you start asking yourself, what thoughts are mine? What truth is mine? And you may go through a phase where you want to say something, but you're holding back because you don't want other people to think badly of you. Or you have that fear, again, of what people will think and say if you go ahead and speak up. Well, now is your time to speak up. Now, before you speak, you also want to do it in a loving manner. But this is more about You have a right to speak your truth and have your own beliefs on whatever they are in whatever area of life they are. And it's time to stand up for them, because not speaking your truth shows other people that you're just following along with them. I feel some of you are going to have something over this next week where it is really, really important for you to say, no, I'm not taking that anymore. No, this is what I believe in, and this is the path I'm taking for me that is right for me, and in some cases, right for my family. So don't be afraid to speak your truth. You have that right. You're here on your own journey. You've made your own decisions so far. And you know what? You can change your mind next week, the week after. That's what we're all here for, this evolution. So this is your time to speak your truth. So what does this all mean now when we put cards 1, 2, and 3 all together? Well, it's an interesting thing, because the very first card we chose, remember, was beginnings. And she's right smack dab in the middle. That's kind of the center of all of this. And then forgiveness and speak your truth. So what this is telling us is great reminders, especially if you're in a place where you feel you need to make change, you need to speak up about something, but something is holding you back. In order to make those new starts, those beginnings, to make that change, we need to let go of the past. We need to learn from it, take positive learning advice from it, release the anger, release any regrets and remorse. That is where forgiveness comes in. It's like you turn around, you're reading a book. Life is like a book, and we're in a chapter right now. But for some reason, you keep thinking about what happened in chapter 3, and here you are on chapter 6, and you can't seem to turn the page. You need to reflect on what it is you've learned from that, and tell yourself that you are no longer allowing that to restrict your life. Whether it's a person, an experience, a memory, it needs to be dealt with, and just tucking them away in the back of our head doesn't do it. If you need to get help from someone, get help from someone. Make a journal, write it down, and then burn it as a sign that you are done with it. But this is about new beginnings. This is about saying, yes, I've learned from my past. I'm going to take that knowledge and I'm going to start something today. And part of that is speaking your truth. So when these are all put together, this path is a very personal one. It's almost like you can even be like just speaking truth to yourself, acknowledging, this is what I believe in, and I'm okay with that because that's who I am. At this moment in time, this is who I am. I totally understand that, especially on a spiritual journey. I spent years of my life, and I'm still in that process, of trying to figure out what I believed. So I looked at my past, where I had been. What did I learn from it? How much of that did I feel still resonated with me? Nothing bad about it. It's just that I needed to be okay with myself cutting cords to the past so that I could move forward. And I feel a lot of you are in that spot right now, and I 100% understand it. But the biggest thing is you need to understand it and be okay, even just to yourself, saying what you, and honoring what it is you believe, and respecting the fact that you are on that journey. So that is your message for today. A bit of soul searching, perhaps, so that you can start new things, begin to do new things. And it's interesting that beginnings comes up right this week when we've had our first week of school back, and we kind of, even when you don't have children going to school or anything, it's almost a sign of going into a season where we have things more scheduled, and And we do look at new things, maybe whether we're going to take a class on something, or maybe we're going to finally get back into that exercise routine, or all of these things. So it's a time for these beginnings. And no better time either. We have the full moon, I think it's on the 7th, so it's this week as well. Draw on that energy. It's a good time to, a full moon is a good time to, it's a completion of a cycle. So put to bed those things you no longer need so that you can then now start and focus on where it is you wish to go. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know what you think. And like I said, if you're interested in having your own personal reading or group reading, get in touch. We'll set something up. Until Monday, when we're back to our morning meditations, have a lovely weekend.